Ready? Okay. Hey guys, it's good to see you. So, really quickly, if you've noticed, if you're looking at me, I have this weird black thing. It's because I have KT tape on. I just had to throw that out there because every time I look at myself, I'm like, what is on me? So I have a little neck pinch thing I'm trying to work through. Okay, so welcome to Touch Base Tuesday. We have a lot of things to share, even though this is kind of the month that we're going to start to be, I would say, a little more simple-minded, to start to really get into focusing on what's important. I haven't got the calendar ready yet. I'm working on it right now. I will have it out within a day, definitely by tomorrow, in other words. I just want you to know that, we have the typical things that are going to be on it and probably not much more. So that is going to include, number one, Erin's team calls. She always has 2 team calls, and they include normally a dynamic diamond ambassador that comes on and shares tips or talks about a specific topic that maybe Erin asked them to talk about. I don't know who it's going to be next Monday, but that is going to be on this next week's agenda, is next Monday's team call. It's the, it used to be Erin's, I guess it's called the Dare to Dream team call now, because she changed the name of that. So that is going to be Monday night, and you need to watch her team page primarily because that's where it's going to be posted first, and then we will take that graphic and share it on our team page as well. 8 p.m. Central, and then 6 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, Eastern time, it's going to be later for you. Sorry. Okay, the second thing I want to point out that is coming up this month, Rise Retreat. Okay, now those of you, I'm going to give some shout outs to who you guys have worked hard to recruit and get up there to that rank so that you could be entered into the lottery and get to this training. And it's not just a training, it's so much more. But shout out to Kelly, Brenda, Deanna. Okay, do I need to say last names because we all know each other, right? Christy, Maria C, and Natalie. Congratulations, you guys. You 6 of you are from our team that are going to this Rise Retreat. We're so proud of you. We cannot wait to see you in person. We're going to miss Maria, though, because she won't be able to be there. But let me just say, this Rise Retreat is going to be, hopefully, a yearly thing. This is not just a one-and-done thing. So if you didn't get in at this time for whatever reason, don't worry, because you still either may have earned a prize from Erin. Don't forget, she's giving prizes away for reaching those ranks and recruiting your 3. But if you didn't get chosen in the lottery, or if you didn't quite make the lottery or whatnot, guys, watch all of the stuff about it, because next year is going to be this again or even better. And we had a Zoom call today with Erin. It was dynamic, the things that she's got planned. Why are you laughing? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just so excited of all the things that she's got planned.
I thought, oh gosh, did I say something I'm not supposed to say?
And I want to just throw this in here. We have another huge contest, Leaders Retreat, coming up that's going to propel you to be able to make the next Rise Retreat. So lots of good things happening to help you guys get up there.
So at the Rise Retreat, I just want to say, this is going to be something that you guys who aren't there really will want to kind of watch and tap into. We're going to have lives that are on the team page. We're going to actually be able to be at corporate, guys, with the corporate execs. And you want to be able to also be there with us. And we want to take you there with us. It's going to be through a live, or the most easiest way. But before we just share all of the photos, we want you to be included as much as we can. And then you'll, of course, see all of the photos later once we have all of those filtered. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's going to be training. There's going to be corporate question and answers. We're going to get to go to the plant. We're going to get to tour the whole, not only just the corporate office, but the plant where they do all of the shipping, so we got to have closed-toe shoes, okay? Just saying. We also have, like, the pool time, the shopping time, but excitingly enough, we're also going to have 2 mystery guests, and they're not going to just be, just anybody, so who knows who's going to show up for that, so you'll still want to watch the lives for that. So just a huge shout out again to Kelly, Brenda, Deanna, Christy, Maria, and Natalie, because we're just so proud of you guys. Okay, so number 3, this month, the contest for convention, it ends. So if there is something that you are striving for and you're planning to go to convention, I pulled up that little thing. So, I mean, you can, there's so many different little, credit categories. So we got the 150 credits, the 250 to 400, the 600, the 1,000. Pay attention to that, because guys, it ain't over. And we've got until April the 30th to push for all of those credits. That if you're almost to the $500 check, or if you're almost to winner's dinner, or whatever your big goal is, keep working on it, because you just never know how much momentum and then all of those extra little things that they have set up for us to continue to get points whenever people continue their subscriptions and things after they have joined. It's pretty awesome the way that they have it set up. We continue to earn points on people we've already got points for. So don't give up on that just because maybe you didn't have a new ambassador yet and things like that. Keep going for it. But you do have till April 30th. And, that is one thing that was a question. If you're not planning on going to convention, can you still earn those prizes? And as of this point, we've never been able to do that before. You have to go and have purchased a registration ticket to convention and go to convention to actually tap into those prizes. So unless something changes, that's pretty much the answer to that. So make sure you get to convention and then you'll get your prize. Okay, so 2 more things to talk about. Well, I'm just going to talk about one main thing, and then I'm going to pass it over. This month, we have got a new, and Elizabeth touched on this last week a little bit, a new April challenge that we're putting out on our big team page. We don't have a catchy name for it yet because we didn't even talk about it yet. And Maria and I, we Zoomed earlier and we were like, I don't know, what do you want to call? We tried to rhyme and come up with all these funny little catchy things. And we need Elizabeth's input. She's a preschool teacher still, and she needs to be able to rhyme these cutesy things. So April challenge, Maria was like, the April showers bring May flowers and all that. I was just like, I don't know. We're going to come up with something cute. But here's kind of the gist of it. I'm going to give you a little teaser. It is going to be recruiting heavy, okay, based on recruiting. It is time for us to start reaching out to those people again that we've kind of let up on. We had that big push and we did a huge number in January. And then February, we kind of were getting them established, trying to get them to silver. And then March, we were trying to, move on to super silver. So now is that time, the second quarter, where we need to focus on recruiting again. So here's how it works. For every one ambassador that you recruit with a welcome pack and a subscription on, you will get an entry. Okay, you're going to get one entry into a big grand prize that's going to be at the end of the month. You're also going to get an entry if you comment on the graphic that will be on the team page for a spin of the wheel. Then for every 5 of those people that post on that graphic that say, here's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, we stop, we have a spinny wheel drawing for a cool prize, and then those 5 are done. Those 5 entries that you got for the big prize stay. Okay, you always will have your big prize drawing, which I don't know if I should tell it or not. Should I tell it? Okay, so it's going to be a good prize. It's not just going to be like, oh, here, have a whatever we've had sitting around in our office for a while. This is going to be nice. You're going to have your choice of a $250 gift card to anywhere. That is going to be the huge team prize. Okay, so 250 smackaroos, and it could be you just get one ambassador and win it. But the more ambassadors you get, the more entries you get into that big team prize. So the spinny wheel prizes are kind of like the icing on the cake. They're the fun things. For every 5, we do a spin. For every 5, we do a spin. So those, the more people we recruit with a subscription, we're going to give those prizes away. You don't get to retain those 5. It's 5 people get a chance to win every time. So we don't have a huge pot for the spinny wheel. We just want that to be fun. And you have a 1 in 5 chance to win. What do you want to say?
Also, you have to have your subscription set to be in that drawing. Okay, because we got to lead by example. We can't have our team setting them up if ours aren't set up. Absolutely. So if you're somebody who loves to order your products whenever, set it up to conditional and push it to the end of the month. Yep. Okay, but have it set. We got to lead by example, guys. But yes, that's what you need. Your newbie does, and you do too. But it's worth it because you could win $250. And we hope to give away, like Jen said, lots of prizes, even every day. Wouldn't it be awesome if every day we got to do the spinning wheel? Because I've got some cool prizes I want to give away.
Yeah, I do too. And so does Maria. And Kelly Jackson is in on this too. So we just haven't had our like final team meeting about it. So it's kind of just like everything's all talked about and we just got to get it together with our graphics. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. So the spinning wheel prizes will be anything from like jewelry to swag to gift cards to, you know, whatever. It's just going to be a mishmash of really fun stuff. Okay, so that's it. And well, I'm going to mention this. The email that came out yesterday, the important email. If you didn't check email yesterday, you need to go check it, because let me just say that Too Big to Miss that we had mentioned on April 2nd, you can register for, it came out. So if you're kind of like under a rock for the last few days, it's time to crawl out and go get that email. And Maria's going to tell you why and what else you need to do with that.
Oh, Jen, you make me laugh. Get out of that rock, please. All right, you guys. Yes, that Too Big to Miss email came out yesterday. So I just want to make sure that all of you got it and that you're registered. Super important. You want to register everybody on your team. Like, absolutely. Like, no doubts, no questions asked. If you have a spouse or significant other that you have access, just sign them up. Because here's the thing, people will still miss deadlines and they'll miss things like, oh, I meant to do that, but I didn't do it. Here's the thing, you really want to get everybody on your team. Focus on your levels 1s and 2s. If you have, you know, some leaders that are not active anymore, focus on 2s and 3s and just get them, send them a personal message, sometimes a group message or tagging. They'll see it, but they don't think it's directed towards them. So that personal message will be worth it in the end. Here's the thing. Last year, we had the big reveal, and it was around this time. It was in May. It was huge, huge, huge. Now, this time, they're saying that it's twice as big as it was last year. So I can't even imagine what that can mean. I mean, it means, you know, 2 new products. I mean, what it means for your business, a rank up, 2, 3 rank ups. I mean, who knows what it can do for your business? I want to tell you, with Jen and I, we had no idea. Last year, exactly a year ago today, we were senior rubies. We were you know, I personally was sitting like at 950 some credits. And with this big event, it launched me all the way to like 1800 credits. It like doubled my points, and I went emerald. And I never imagined. So here's the thing. It could bump you to emerald. It can bump you to senior ruby, senior gold. I mean, it can bump you up, you know, a couple of those ranks. I mean, you just never know. And that's why the important is of signing everybody on your team. Now, you know, I would take the time and message everybody separately. If you have people that are not active on the team pages, they're just wholesalers, just message them, because we had people reach out to us last year and like, how do we get that one of those water bottles? Because we got really cool water bottles that came out. I mean, last year we got like 2 big bags of Slim samples, brochures, a water bottle for a small fraction of a price. It was amazing. And everybody wanted in on that, even new people that we were signing up. And we signed up a lot of people because of that special, not just current ambassadors, but also new ambassadors. And then we did 2 rounds. So I don't know what it's going to be like this month, but just know it is going to be huge. Like, treat it like a baby, like a newborn, and you don't want to, you know, miss a beat or anything. You're like right there. I remember working around the clock.
You would know about the newborn.
I would know, yes. I remember working a little extra harder last year just to make sure that nobody missed and that they were all registered. And still, somehow, people didn't register, and I was bummed for them. So again, that email, I was asked today if new ambassadors that we sign up, and you know, we got the email yesterday, if we have new ambassadors that sign up today, tomorrow, 2 weeks from now, at the end of the month, are they going to get that email? We don't know, but here's the thing. It will be available in their back office. So they just have to be aware how to log in and where to see it. And also, you know, us, we probably need to be aware too where to find it. And if not, you can also forward the email to them and just, hey, let me walk you through this. Let me walk you through this and let's get you registered. You do not want to miss it. Yes.
One of the things that's really cool about the back office, if we want to focus on the positive, is that when you go to the dashboard, you know, other than it being really pretty, it has those boxes, and I bet it's going to be in one of those boxes. So if you scroll on your dashboard, usually it'll say register, and it'll say, it's not?
Actually, when you just go to your website, it is the full banner, and it says watch the video or register now.
Well, even better. That's
They don't even have to log in.
That is true. Very, very, very true.
That makes it easy then. Okay, cool.
And so, and again, reserve the date. It's May 5th. You cannot forget that day, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. So you may want to get out your chips and salsa, your margaritas, and sit back and watch it. It's going to be 11:30 Pacific time or 1:30 Central Standard Time. You can think about all the things. When you registered, you can do a hosting viewing party where you can have people come join you, potentials, customers. You might even upgrade them. I mean, this could be a big thing. And anything that you buy for your party is a tax write-off. Paper plates, even if you buy a bottle of tequila, you can write it off. You go to Costco, write it off. You know, on your miles there, write them off. This is all a tax write-off. This is the beauty of having your own business, okay? So I encourage you, yes.
I just want to say too, it doesn't cost anything. It literally takes a split second. You just go, you type into this, and you get an email. You're registered. So there's no charge. So register your spouse. If you have a friend or someone who joined it and they don't ever do anything, you go in and just register them. Because, you know, if you have reached out to people and they ignore you, because we all have that happen with people that have kind of fallen away and they tried to whatever, register them. You don't know what that little special thing is going to be. And so you want to, if you do register them and think of them, you want to have that to message them and say, hey, I went ahead and registered. So now you have this special offer. And that might get those people to come back and order or get whatever the perk is. We don't know. But just register as many people as you personally can. It doesn't take a whole lot of info. So just start thinking about that and do that, because that will be something you can offer to them.
But they do have to be an ambassador. So when you hear us talking about our spouses, it's because they're an ambassador. You can't just go sign up everybody you know. They have to be an actual ambassador. It's not for customers or anybody else. But yes, but a lot of times the wholesalers, even when you tag them, they're thinking, that's not for me. I don't work the business. This is something that's actually for everybody. It's like a gigantic coupon, and it's going to be on new products. So definitely, like Maria said, reach out personally and say, hey girl, you want this. It's free, takes 2 seconds, huge discount on new products. So
yeah, last year
there is a limited number.
Oh, good. Yes. Good to know. Last year I registered people on my team that never responded back to me. And then they did. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you for registering me. So just something to keep in mind. And also, you don't have to have an event to feel like, you know, you don't have to go out and spend money. You don't have to have it at your house if you want to have a viewing party. You could go to a local coffee shop, get on Wi-Fi, and drink free water. You know, there's no cost to do any of this.
That's what we did last year. We went to
Starbucks if you wanted to. Yeah. You could do anything. You know, you don't have to invest money into this if you want to have a viewing party. Not at all. The beauty of this is that you're registered and that you get excited about it, right? We're excited about it. Again, and then let's see, what else do I have? Your brother, your sister, everybody. So you want to register before you reach capacity. So my next thing also is that they've extended the free shipping for customers again with $100. So my guess and Jen's guess too was like they probably have had a significant good turnout with new customers coming in. And a lot of websites have that, you know, like free shipping with every $75 order or $100 order or whatnot. So I think that they were going to keep this. So let's keep using it so that we keep having it. Everybody loves free shipping. And then the other thing I want to highlight is, you guys, Super Silver. That is a huge milestone. So if you're on here and you reach Super Silver, give yourself a hand, erase the roof, pat yourself in the back, wipe your nose. So just kidding. Just be excited. This is a huge thing. Super Silver. We didn't have this before. And you know what? They just launched out this, and it was 50 credits or 50 points, and you get a $75 bonus, and then another $75 bonus this month if you maintain those points. You got mock points. That's amazing. I've never heard of them doing mock points other than when you go fast start gold within your first 30 days. So the fact that you got those mock points is simply amazing and out of this world. So I just want to highlight and congratulate everybody that has received Super Silver. Okay, so I have Christy Cohen, Stacy Blackwood, congrats, Hope Jones, Susie, Cheryl, Jennifer, Kimmers, and Jordan. You guys, that is amazing. You're like halfway to gold. And just think, these people have their subscription orders. This is why it's so important to keep those subscriptions and why we keep talking about it. Because you sign them up, welcome pack and subscription order. This month now, you're going to get credits for that. They're going to get their product. They're going to see the difference. Like, okay, 30 days, that's good. 60 days, even better. But the thing is also for your business that you get those credits and you're benefiting from those. So that also is going to put you closer to gold. Yes.
I just want to point out, I have a girl who's, following up. I have a girl who's been my customer off and on for probably 2.5 years. And she just is kind of hit or miss. She's never committed, out of the blue. And I followed up with her. I think the last time was when we had the Tell Me More event or whatever with the testimony night. And so she just out of the blue had commented because I had said that I have 3 spots that I was going to offer a membership. So she wants in on it. Well, you need to get that subscription on. I just made sure that I reminded her, yes, I do have a spot. But you need to be willing to, number one, get a welcome package, which is discounted. I told her about that. And then I also let her know that she needs to commit to 100 PV in a subscription. And I said, can you do that? And I said, if not, then it's really best for you to be a preferred customer. So just to make it clear to them in the beginning so that way when they come in and they see the subscription, you can say, oh, you know what? Remember when I said the subscription? And then that's how I'm going to be reimbursing this girl's, unless it's not done correctly, she's not going to get the reimbursement of the membership. But also, whenever I explain it about the subscription, explain the welcome pack is your first month of products. The subscription is your second month on. Just let them know that, because a lot of times they get confused and they think they're ordering the welcome pack as extra because it's a special deal. So let them know that's your first month and your subscription is the second month on. And that way they're like, oh, okay. And then that maybe will help them to go ahead and set it.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, we haven't done this, but since I have the information here, I just want to congratulate also those of you who went silver in March. And so for that, I want to congratulate Molly I'll say last names. Molly Reed, Alex Connor, Aubrey Thill, I hope I'm saying that right, and Michelle Peterson. So congratulations, you guys. That is, silver is helping 3 friends, get on the natural supplement, get their natural supplements and start their health journey. It's just helping 3 friends. At the same time, you're going to get rewarded, but you're going to feel good that you're helping their friends. And then who knows, maybe they're going to help other friends. So it creates a ripple effect. And then you get that $100 bonus, and then you get that little pin, and then you get that certificate that says congratulations. So yes, when I got my first certificate from them, I was jumping up and down because who knows, the last time I had a certificate was probably in high school. I know, sad, but true. So recognition in our company is number 1. It's huge. So congratulations, everybody. I'm going to pass it over to Elizabeth.
Hey guys. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about some things. I've had a lot of questions about, the first thing I'm going to talk about, those of you who have been tuning into Erin's page, and she's been talking about this new plan that we're going to roll out to just really simplify things called 321 ATM. Well, if you listen to her talk about that, she talked about this new group called the Inside Scoop. But guys, we already had the Inside Scoop group with Health and Plexus. She loved our ideas so much, she's making one of her own. So what we are going to do as a team, and we need to make sure our teams know, because they're not all on this call, whenever we talk about adding them to a testimony group, we are adding them to the Inside Scoop with Health and Plexus group, our team. our team testimony group, okay? It's where we have way more testimonies. It's where we're going to run our private contests and events. And so just make sure when you are talking to your teams that they understand hers is called the Inside Scoop. Ours is called the Inside Scoop with Health and Plexus. That's the group you want to add your potentials, your customers, and your new ambassadors to. We don't want to add them to both because it's going to make it not as special. They're going to see two different names of Inside Scoop. They're not going to, it's going to be redundant because they're going to see a lot of the same testimonies, and it's going to be overkill. Okay? So make sure you add them to ours. Inside Scoop with Health and Plexus. Make sure your team knows that. We're not putting them in Erin's. Erin's is going to do it for her outside legs. It's much smaller. Ours is incredible. Ours is one that other people are copying. So make sure you put them in ours.
And I noticed you changed the cover photo to ours because Erin had taken our cover photo. And then they looked identical. I'm like, dude, we need to change that. So Elizabeth changed it and it's still in the kind of a pink background, but it looks good. So
thank you.
A little different.
I took it from somebody else's group, but it looks different. Okay, just want to clarify that. So make sure your team knows that it's the Inside Scoop with Health and Plexus. We want to keep our potentials, our customers, our team in that group. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about that. And now I'm going to move on to that 321 ATM. Raise your hand if you have already heard about it, if you were on Erin's call. I know some of you have been, but she did it in the middle of the day. So I know a lot of you haven't. Okay, the idea behind this is, as Plexus is growing over the years, we get all this great leadership with all these great trainings, and it can get really overwhelming, and it can actually keep some people from even getting started. Okay, so we're trying to go back to simplifying. Back whenever I first started, we had no team page. We had Sonia Dudley and Sarah Marble, two people doing trainings, and you had to just go find them on YouTube because there was no, other way of finding out. It was basic. But guys, it worked because they taught us the basics of working this business. And even though there's so much greatness out there, sometimes it's too much and it keeps people from getting started, or they second guess themselves and think, well, maybe they should be doing this. Well, maybe they should be doing this. And then they're just like, I don't know what to do. So they do nothing. So we are going back to the basics, and it's called 321 ATM. And I'm going to break that down and explain it to you. The three is the most important part. It's reaching out to 3 people a day. Now, if you want to reach out to more, that's even better. But 3 people a day. And I want to talk to you about that a minute because it's going to look different depending on where you are in your business. If you're brand new, reaching out to 3 people a day might sound like this. Hey girl, I just joined Plexus because my friend Jen has had amazing results and she said these products can help me too. I would love for you to do this with me. Or have you ever heard about it? Would you be interested? You can approach it kind of like that. But if you've been doing this for a while, several years, your warm market, your family and friends know you do Plexus. And so you're going to reach out a little differently. Yours is going to probably look more like relationship building, connecting with new people, meeting new people, getting conversations started that don't necessarily always bring up Plexus. Okay? It's not a one-size-fits-all, because if you try to use a one-size-fits-all, it comes off not genuine. Okay? So you have to decide where you are in your journey, if you should reach out directly and invite people on that journey with you because you already have relationships with them, they're your people, or I've already been through my people, I'm meeting new people, and I need to be genuine and build a relationship, and then see when Plexus comes up at the right time. But you want to do that intentionally with at least 3 people a day. And you want to make a list, because in 1 week alone, you've reached out to over 20 people, and there's no way you're going to remember them. You're going to remember what the conversations were, Write it down. So that's the 3. And you want to do it first. You want to do the not as fun stuff first. Okay. And sometimes we think of that as, oh, I'd rather just dropped my remote. Just scroll Facebook. Well, scrolling Facebook is not working our business. So that needs to be at the end. But number 2 does have to do with social media. The 2 stands for make 2 posts a day. Facebook, Instagram, those are the 2 that most people use. 1 Plexus, 1 personal. We don't want our Instagram accounts or our Facebook pages to look like a walking, talking Plexus advertisement, because I tell you right now, the more I learn about Instagram, people won't even follow you if they scroll through and see Plexus, Plexus, Plexus. Okay? They say don't even mention Plexus in your hashtags. Don't even really mention it in 90% of your posts. Talk about your plant-based supplements. Talk about feeling better and having energy for the first time in years. Talk about loving all natural products. There's ways to do it without be like hashtag Plexus Slim, hashtag Plexus Energy, because the only people searching Instagram for Plexus are other Plexus ambassadors. So think about that. Incorporate it smart. Make it part of your life. Build a culture of health and wellness, and people will buy into what you're selling, okay? Without it being Plexus, Plexus, Plexus. Same with Facebook. I, for a long time, was hugely guilty because I'd see all these great Facebook posts about Plexus, so I'd use them all. Now I'm trying to be more selective and do more personal and weave Plexus in and out through, through just maybe 1 or 2 a day, depending on how many posts I'm going to do. But do 2 a day. The 1 stands for follow-up. Guys, this is where the fortune is. The fortune truly is in the follow-up. Because if you reach out and connect and you don't follow up, it's going to lead nowhere. Okay? Follow-up's going to look different. Follow-up is going to maybe be just reconnecting and keeping that conversation going because Plexus hasn't come up yet. You can see a post and be like, oh, girl, where'd you find that? Where'd you find that cute shirt? Whatever, keep the conversation, kind of volleying the ball back and forth, keeping the conversation going. But then when Plexus does come up and they're like, okay, I'm interested, can I try a sample of the pink drink? You might send them a sample. And if you don't follow up, you've just given them free Plexus for no reason. You're going to say, hey, girl, I'm going to mail it to you next Tuesday or Wednesday. Which day works better for me to follow up and see what you think? Then follow up. Follow up is crucial. 99% of the people are not going to buy from you or join your team the first time you mention Plexus to them. It requires follow-up, multiple follow-ups. But what I want to tell you also is if you are following up about Plexus, and then you follow up about Plexus, and then you follow up about Plexus, and you're getting ignored, then you need to follow up about not Plexus. Circle back around and get that conversation going again, because then people feel kind of used. Like, oh, she's just interested in me because of this Plexus. You've got to make it relational, but it's vital. And sometimes I'll even be like, okay, girl, I know I've told you about the specials the last 3 months. I'm not trying to pressure you. I don't want to bug you. Then they'll say, you know what? You're not. Thank you for keeping me in the loop. But if that's all I ever reached out to them about, they'd be like, okay, okay, enough. So you've got to really check yourself. Scroll back up through your messaging back and forth and see, where's this going? Don't just blanket send the same thing to everybody. You've got to treat each person individually and carefully so that you don't lose that genuine relationship and they start to feel like it's all about a sale. But it's hugely important. It usually takes 8 to 10 to 12 times of volleying back and forth before they are ready to commit. So it's very, very important. So 3, 2, 1. Now the ATM, to me, can be part of the 3, or it can be part of the 1. It can be part of the reaching out. It can be part of the follow-up, depending on the conversation. And what it stands for is A. A is for asking and adding. Asking them. Like if you reach out to your friend, you're brand new, and you're like, girl, I just started drinking this pink drink, and I don't know anything about it other than I love how I feel. But what I just found out is my group has a private testimony page, and I just read one about migraines, and I immediately thought of you, and I thought, would you like to be in this group with me? And then I can tag you in that post. That could be on a reach out message for a new person. You're asking permission. Nobody likes to be added to a group without permission. And you're letting them know why. You're giving them value because there's a testimony that would, speak to you. Then you tag them in that post. You add them, then you tag them. Then the M is message them. Follow up with them. Hey, did you have a chance to read that testimony? I'd love to know if it resonated with you. And get their feedback. And then if they say, yeah, it kind of did, I am kind of interested, then you say, I would love to put you in a three-way message with me and my friend, me and my friend Thea, whoever your upline is, and say, she knows more, especially if you're new, she knows way more than I do and can answer any of your questions. And that's that third-party validation that gets so many people off the fence. So A is for ask and add. T is for tag them in a post. But I will tell you, be careful of what you tag them in. Read it. Don't just type in something and be like, okay, that's the one. It could totally not be the right one for them. But also, if somebody is suffering from something that they are very private about, and they've told you in private, don't go tag them in a post. Say, go to this testimony group and you can do a key search for any issue that you want to look up. Because some people don't want everybody to know that they have anxiety or, whatever, or, poop problems or whatever. Some people are very private, so you got to respect that. So anyway, 3, 2, 1, ATM. If you're brand new, you can do this. If you've been in it for 3 years, you can do this. It's the beauty of it. It's simple. It's easy to teach your team. Jen?
Yeah, Kelly just said something that popped up about the pinned post, that you can tag them in the pinned post also.
Okay. And you only see that on the computer, right? You don't see that on your phone.
Well, I don't know. I'll go find out.
When you're on your cell phone, it just says pinned post in a very small print. So you have to click on it. Okay. That's a great idea too. You can tag them in that. But make sure if you add somebody to that group, that M is so important. You've got to message them back. Don't expect them to read it and reach out to you. No, guys, we're providing good customer service. You're following up and asking them if they had a chance to read it, asking them what they thought about it, if they, whatever. It's keeping that conversation going. If you just tag them and leave it, you're leaving the ball in their court, and 95% of the time, they're not going to reach back out to you. So you've got to follow it back up with the M, message, and then start the three-way chat with you and your upline. But don't say, I'm going to put you in a chat with me and my upline. People will be like, ew, no, that sounds like I'm working the business. That sounds businessy. No, it's me and my friend. Okay? Makes a lot of difference.
It's just common sense to just go, if I put yourself in their shoes, if I got a message that said this from someone who how would that make me feel? Turn it around on yourself so you'll know. And then if it sounds a little like, desperate, or if it sounds salesy or, something, then change it around and make it different. But, always put yourself, that makes it so much easier to just go, does this sound weird? Just go, if someone was messaging me about mascara, what would I think if they sent me this, or, whatever. So just, there's a way to do it in a caring way, and just don't want to make it sound weird.
And another thing Kelly just brought up, try not to, when you add them to the group, don't welcome them on the group. Either tag them in the pin post, or tag them, or don't tag them and just say, you can go search here. Because it pushes all the testimonies down when we've got so-and-so, welcome to the page, or whatever. Let's steer clear from doing that, because it just pushes the testimonies down and makes it not as visual when you go to the page. Okay.
Sorry, can you guys see that? This is when you go into the page, the Inside Scoop, and you see the pin post. That's where it's at, and that's where you can tag your friends and just say, hey, this is where it's at. You can copy somebody else's post and just tag them on it.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. Okay, so do you guys believe that back to the basics is helpful, going to help your team, going to help you get your newbies started off right.
And guys, remember, it doesn't need to be another thing that's new. I mean, it's still considered IPA. So everything we've kind of talked to everyone about with the IPA, income producing activities, this is kind of just something that replaces that page, I mean, if they have the little book thing, or if they have, but this is something that's easier because it's something that everyone needs to do in the initial reach out with that scoop group. The following up and all of that can still remain the same if you've got a system that works for you. But especially for duplicating, it's kind of an easy way to get people to understand, hey, this is how I get people in to see some really cool stuff about Plexus and to get their feet wet and in basically reaching out and saying, hey, did you see that testimony? It's just step by step.
Well, so many people think I can't do this because I can't sell stuff. I'm not good at sales. This shows them it's really not about selling. It's about offering information that helps people. And the verbiage is very much like you would share anything. And it's just showing them you don't have to know anything. We have this group. You're just inviting people to be a part of it and learn from what these products can do in this group. So the new person doesn't feel like I have to know a lot. I got to know about the products. I got to know about which to offer. No, that's where the beauty of inviting your upline comes in for those new people especially. Then they kind of hand it over and learn how their upline does it. So anyway, there's so many good things about this. Going back to the basics is really where it's at. And those are the most important. And then scrolling Facebook, doing professional development and all of that, listening to calls is icing on the cake that can come after everything else. But if you're not in relationship with people and not building connections with people, you have nobody to share Plexus with at the right time. Okay? So we all know that. So anyway, okay, now I'm going to do some drawings. We had a ton of people participate in March Mingle, and I have a bowl of newbies since 2018, and I have a bowl for everybody that joined us before 2018 started. So first I'm going to show you what the prizes are. I have a couple of these really cool luggage tags that you can either use as a luggage tag or you can even use it as something to put your keys on. It's got the handle. They're really durable. This one says #1 Plexus. This one says this changed everything, and it says Plexus on the back. These are great to put on your luggage because then your luggage stands out, because my luggage is black, and so I'm always picking up the wrong luggage. But anyway, heavy duty. They can also be a keychain. One of those things you can grab and put your keys on in your purse so you can find it, because mine's a pit. I need big keychains to find my keys. But anyway, so I've got one for the newbie and one for the seasoned. So anyway, I'm going to here's the bowl that's got the newbies in it. And so I'm going to reach in here and figure out who the winner is. And then I need to know who the upline is if it's somebody I don't know whose team they're on. Okay, I've got a paper. The winner is Rhiannon Gonzalez. Maria, is she on your team? Oh, yay, yay. Awesome. Well, I will reach out to her, but you might let her know she won. And now I'm going to reach in here and draw from the seasoned ambassadors. Hold on. Okay, I've got one. And the winner is Kimmers. Congratulations, Kimmers. Isn't she on here? I thought she was on here. Maybe she's not anymore. Okay, congratulations, Kimmers, and congratulations, Rhiannon. You each have won a Plexus luggage tag. Okay, now our special guest tonight is Jennifer DeFlyer. We have asked her to share her testimony, and so I'm going to unmute Jennifer and let her share for a couple of minutes. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, so Maria had messaged me, and it was like kind of short notice, so I kind of tried to jot down some notes, so just bear with me. So I've been with Plexus for a little over a year, and the reason I started was to lose weight because I was getting married in July. So I started in March, and to be honest, within like the first couple weeks, I had noticed that I was sleeping better at night. Like I probably didn't even notice that I wasn't sleeping good before. But when I started sleeping good because of the products, it was noticeable. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward. So by like May, I was already down 15 pounds, which was awesome because I was getting married in 2 months. And so that gave me time to go find my dress. And then, see, this is terrible for me, you guys. I'm like super nervous. Also almost instantly I had better energy, and my menstrual cycle is really light now. Like I don't even get cramps anymore. And so I'm like not even bloated. The inflammation in my body is just like gone completely. And I didn't even realize that I had it before. So I think when I first started, I weighed 160 pounds, and now I'm kind of fluctuating between 126 and 130. So I'm down 30 pounds, I say, because I'm still kind of stuck at that 130. Yeah, so I don't know, like my testimony is that I feel good. I feel healthy. Also, my husband is on this journey with me, and he is off all his medications, his blood pressure meds. And so I haven't really been like an unhealthy person where I've had to take like medication and stuff. But so yeah, my testimony is I've lost 30 pounds. I feel good. I sleep good at night. I have a lot of energy. I have 4 kids. So, I mean, I need that energy. Plus, I work a full-time job as well. And another thing I wanted to throw in there is that now my products are paid for because I am working my business. And I just really am thankful to, like, my mom and the rest of my team. For those that don't know, Joanne is my mom. So, and she's my rock star, of course, because she's just perfect. Stop. So yeah, that's my testimony right now. I've only been in it for a year, and I'm looking forward to the next 2, 3, 4 years and so on. I mean, I'm in it, and I just can't stress enough the consistency. I was dedicated from the beginning. I told myself I'm going to be consistent. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it does, then I'm just going to stick with it. So that's it.
That's awesome. Now, I have a question for you. Yeah. When you lost the 30 pounds, how long have you kept it off? Because a lot of us can lose weight. It's keeping it off. So how long have you kept it off?
Well, I would say that I'd say by the end of the year of 2017, I've lost the 30 pounds. So I've just been kind of staying kind of level. But I mean, I'm short. I'm 5'1", and my goal is to be down to 125 pounds, and I'm at 130-ish. So it's just kind of fluctuating back and forth. So
that's awesome. Well, I remember seeing pictures of you in your wedding dress, and it was like, oh my goodness, you looked amazing. So thank you so much for sharing. I love hearing everybody's different stories. And sometimes, like she said, you don't really realize you're feeling bad or not sleeping till you start doing it, till you start feeling better and sleeping. I was the same way. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Love, love, love your testimony.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Maria.
You did a great job. You did a great job. You're not nervous at all. Okay.
My cheeks are like super hot and red right now. So.
Okay. Well, now I want to turn it over to Maria Castaneda. She is going to start our Power Half Hour. So I'm going to stop recording. Hang tight. Get your lists out. And let's do some income producing activity.